Hello, our project for the second bimester. Topic 2D OFDM for optical camera communication principles and implementation. Abstract. The orthogonal frequency division multiplexing of OFDM waveform is the well-known implementation for light fidelity but quite a novel implementation for optical camera communication, OCC. This paper processes the two-dimensional OFDM to the OFDM OCC system, namely screen OCC, which implements a single screen luminaire composed of multiple sets so that a data rate of up to 50 kb for S can be achieved with the 2D OFDM waveform. And finally, the overall performance of the screen OFDM is also compared with a single carrier code within the ongoing IEEE 802.15.7m standard to demonstrate the relative performance on the proposed system. Introduction. Light communication and our interest. The demand for wireless communication systems has experimentally increased over the last few years, and many companies are spending the majority of their budget hunting for novel technologies that can be used to facilitate their leadership in the potential market or meet the existing market demand. The second point, OCC classification. A classification of CC technologies is detailed. It has disclosed that the performance of intake OCC system is the most affected by the selection of camera types. The performance barrier of OCC is caused by the communication base supplementary to the primary imaging purpose of the camera. OCC performance is preliminarily determined by the camera frame rate, which directly decides whether and sampling rates satisfies the Nyquist sample requirement. The sampling number is also determined by the shutter mechanism. The rolling shutter type camera occupies a vast segment of the camera market, while the global shutter type camera is used in specified files to achieve high imaging quality. Introduction continues. The 3-second scope of this paper. This paper is preliminary focus on screen OOC system. It provides a newly designed screen code supporting two-dimensional orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, 2D OFDM. Two-dimensional code application such as the static version of the QR code are finding out the market since there cannot meet the demand for higher data delivery. The dynamic version of QR closes this issue. And the final point to the introduction is the remaining structure. The rest of the paper is organized as follows: Section 2, 3, also Section 6. Section 2 introduce the principle of OFDM and highlights technical contributions. Section 3 recalls the fundamental of 2D OFDM and compares the utilized methods to the choose or relate words. Section 4. Present the employment details of the screen OFDM system, the architecture, along with its particular contributors and explain. The newly designed TX and the OFDM generation products including arrangement, mapping, cyclics, prefix, sibling, pilot insertions, and present. Section 5. Experimentally set and the system and the measure is the performance against distance and respective view to the quanter relied performance. Section C. Section 6. Conclusion the paper. The next point, contributions. The first point is benefits of FDM. FDM with its multi-carrier modulation, MCM split the high bitrate stream in the space-time domain into many lower bitrate streams. Each data stream is sent using an independent carrier that is orthogonal to the other stream. This attractive future potentiality realizes the critical need for the classic channel equalizer for appropriately design the system. The second point on the contribution is technical contributions. A screen OFDM is not a novel concept. However, some notable contributors of the proposed system can be highlighted as follows. First, an MIMO channel with its multiple subchannels comprise multiple subcarriers for delivering data sequentiality via the exponential frequency domain. 2. The configured size of TX is permitted and its OFDM is based on the experimental verification of the channel condition in the conjunct with the comprehensive analysis of the channel imperfection. And 3. A new and unique design of the code TX to support critical fundamentalities that have rarely been considered is relative studies.
Hi, I will talk about basically how it works. This section explains the fundamental principle of string OFDM and compares the proposed system to those of related styles. And the point A is 2D OFDM fundamentals. The two-dimensional discrete time Fourier transform to the DFT is well known and described as a periodic transform. Meanwhile, the 2D DFT is known as a periodic and sample transform as follows. And the second point is 2D OFDM orthogonal. We can show that 2D DFT has orthogonality just like 1D DFT. The orthogonality between the 2D subcarriers is shown as follows. This process can also be reversed column spheres Brown's-Lehr since the orthogonality between the 1D DFT subcarriers is 1 known. The orthogonality inherits its preparing for 2D DFT. The next point is B. Other methods on Reality Works. For OC system, particularly for screen OCC, the non-negative waveform required to drive lights. Drive light source leads to the development of difference mapping teaching prior to the EDFT, such as asymmetrically clipped optical OFDM and DC biased optical OFDM are well developed techniques for leafy OFDM systems. And in comparison, DWT has a variant that produces the required unipolar waveform for light sources. Table 1 verified compares the given technique. This is the table. The next point is Reality Works to the ACO of DM is popularly used for PD receiver equipped leafy systems. Typically, ICO of DM carrier data throws its own subcarriers, which gives it better performance stability than DCO of DM. This is a reference architecture for the screen camera DFT of DM system. Give the methodology of spatial ACO of DM and extensive theoretical analysis of the screen camera channel characteristic was conducted in conjunction with its verification through experimental results and implementations. The next point is 2D DC of DM. In this point, outstanding number of preferred ACO of DM to ACO of DM. For VLC leafy systems has been investigated by research institute and industrial companies. The next point is 2D DWT of DM.
Hi, my name is Christian Crespo and I will explain about of the system and implementation of the paper. First, you can see the DFT or OFDM model. The figure shows a functional block diagram for the implementation of a DFT or FDM screen camera system. The system has certain characteristics such as a MIMO OFDM screen camera, a MIMO channel, a new TX design that supports different functions, a 360-degree rotation support, and a distortion correction, among others. The second part is the design of the TX. A new TX design allows you to obtain features such as a bolder area to support detection and extraction of cut, a rotation tracking corners, watch cells in the code environment, Another point that mentioned in the paper, this is the process allows the organize each symbol in two dimensions, creating a matrix that is fit in the 2D IEFFT. Other point that is the 2D cyclic prefix. In order to CP to mitigate the interference between the OFDM symbols, the following steps are taken. The step 1 is copy to lower rows of the OFDM symbol to form the upper part of the CP. The step 2, copy another 8 columns of the OFDM simulator to form the left side of the CP. And the step 3 is copy for more columns from a partial part of the CP of the PC to complete the CP. In this image you can see the clipping. The clipping is inevitable due to the limited range of channel intensity response. The implementation of the code must be done carefully for the 2D display system, ACO OFDM, and the DCO OFDM. In the last figure, you can see a comparison of their performance between AQL and 2D OFDM. In this figure, you can see that it can be determined from the experiment that 2D OFDM has certain characteristics that improve the performance of the cameras.
In this part, I am going to speak about the implementation result and the conclusions. This section describes the performance measurement of the OFDM screen system with respect to beer under the impact of the communication distance and the perspective angle of view. The experimental configuration is captured as in Figure 15 and Figure 16 for performance comparison and AQL code of 16 plus 16 cells. The AQL code of the IEEE 802.15.7m continuous standard has the size of 8 centimeters in which each TX cell has a result of 5 plus 5 pixels. Consequently, for a file comparison of beer to the AQL code, the size of each element of the OFDM TX screens must be set equals to the previous size of each cell of the AQL system used in the measurement. Thus, 5 plus 5 pixels resolution is set for the cell size of each cell's element within TX for AQL and OFDM screen. Also, the measurement error results in 3 layers. Layer 1 without error correction, layer 2 with a convolution code, and layer 3 with a Reed-Solomon code. Accumulated error bits are counted for many situations to practice the distance impact and the viewing angle in perspective. To the beer, we verify the performance at distance of 1.5 meters, 3 meters, and 4.5 meters, and viewing angle of 0 degree, 13 degree, and 16 degree. Table 2 to Table 7 and figure 17 to figure 23 indicate the performance recorded by the AQ system and the OFDM screen system under variable condition of distance and visualization. Angle detail parameters used for the AQL system and the screen. The OFDM system is given in Tailboy 8 and Tailboy 9. To reveal the reliability of our implemented system, a capture software, the user interfaces are illustrated in Figure 24 through Figure 26. When comparing the bear curves, the 2DM OFDM performance is more stable than the AQL compared to the distance communication. Both systems have impacted by perspective vision angle. Consequently, the excellent correction of the distortion of perspective plays an essential role for the future development of application to warranted beer, again both distance and view angle. The OFDM screen significantly operated AQL in relation to beer performance for a longer communication distance and a broken perspective. In addition, since the assignment of subcarriers is more dense in the lower bandwidth, the OFDM screen can better deal with the blurring condition of a single AQL carrier for the requirement of beer 10 to 5. Screen of OFDM works reliability up to 4.5 meters away with a broader perspective angle, mainly 13 degrees, compared to AQL. If the same cell size is applied, OFDM brings better performance compared to AQL, even with a simple channel equalizer used. The conclusion of this publication is a mature screen camera system employing 2D OFDM has been proposed in this first paper. The results of the theoretical analysis and implementation have been addressed in detail. Numerical results demonstrated that the implementation of the screen OFDM system was more reliable compared to the implementation of the AQL code, even though screen OFDM carries over the time more data than AQL under the sample testing condition.